favorites this game, both in terms of the lanes and then the later stages. I don't know what like one hero it is for RNG.
I mean,
There's still the Arc Warden, boys. Just bring it
Yeah.
out. Just trot out the Arc Warden right here.
it's been banned in a couple of these games.
Pick 22. Last game, grand finals.
I feel like Queen here is just asking to lose.
Well,
It's what is Queen going to do to win you the game?
maybe they don't want to win. Maybe they just want some punishment.
They want something to lane against the Razor.
Yeah, but
That's their best answer.
that
I mean,
was that was what we saw in the last game for. But
She's kind of cool because she combos with Mars. Mars can stun one guy and she can follow up.
And I'll be honest, I think am I 4-0 in this final?
I think
Okay,
you
I am.
are.
I
Sure.
don't know how.
I don't know how
Sure.
either.
Yeah. Well,
One half to the fourth power.
I believe RNG will win this game, and I think it's just because their lineup's easier to execute. CDEC, I think, are still the better team, but they don't have that natural method of pushing towers. You don't have true control for the QoP, and
6.25%.
their sustained DPS is low. What?
Your chance to get in right 4 times in a row while being a idiot.
Oh. Well,
I was just going to go 1 out of 16,
that's
but
a
yeah.
thanks,
real Galaxy Brain insult you got there, Kevin.
It
Anything
wasn't.
else?
That took me genuinely like 20 seconds to do the math. It was not great.
50, 25,
oh boy,
12, 12.5, 6.25.
Hey, it has been a long week, guys.
It's
and
been
it's been a
great.
pleasure and a
Alright.
privilege.
Look at these odds. We got
Yeah,
other
check
numbers
'em
for
out.
you.
Numbers.
Different.
Wow.
Other different numbers.
This is it. Game 5.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Royal
Game
never give up.
5.
the odds
CDEC.
say
We're gonna do this series justice. We're gonna watch this out to the bitter end.
Kyle,
CDC
stay with
versus
us.
RNG.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah,
All
we've
right,
got,
baby.
we've got the full quadcast. Setsu, all right, comes down, pops down the ward. Where are the other wards going? All of these early moves are going to matter. Lanham going for the greed build, starting with Tango Mango. We're going to pick up the Boots of Speed after the bounty runes. They may have actually. I think they've only bought one. Did they only buy one obs? Yeah, they only bought one obs. They only wanted an observer ward for the Queen of Pain. They're greeting the other lanes, getting the stout shield as well for Afu.
That's
So-
huge.
Yeah. So okay, we're gonna have to see it. Is this lane the counter to the Centaur? I think that's really what we're gonna have to see because
that is the first big question to be asked in this game.
yeah.
You know, the other thing is, can Setsu get off to a slightly better start against the Razor than we saw in the last game? Both of them had a ton of denies, but the Razor did get the better of that early laning stage.
Both mids poised to just immediately start going for the block. Stomp skilled from 1, 2, 3. They want the first blood here.
And they're gonna
Monet. We saw some positioning whiffs in the previous game. Is he a little bit faster? He is. He's got 3, 2, 8. And Dying wanted the bounty room, but James is
so
just going to sneak in front of him.
He maybe could have tried running for the other one, but they would have chased him down with more light strike.
Yeah, they got there.
I think.
More disables, more slows.
And they're still 2 for 2 anyway, so it wasn't that bad.
No.
Yeah, Monet just runs home. He'll TP back to lane. He'll miss a couple last hits, but no big deal.
All right, who wins the block at mid? Very even. Setsu ready with the blink skilled. Not going to show anything else. A little bit of blocking going on up top. Does anybody's range creep die super early? Nope, they are. Okay, they split the wave here on RNG. Both range creeps going to die. Nice little spear from Flyby. Nice little last hit from Grimstroke.
Off to a good start. It's really nice to get those early spell. Like the harass plus CS just kind of gets you into a rhythm.
Yeah.
It's like making your first shot in a pickup game.
Well, XM gets the value D ward at mid. They gave him a sentry. But Monet also gets a D ward over at top. So
Yeah, I think that bottom lane is going to be super important because Ursa got off it to a pretty bad start in the game we saw him earlier tonight, and this is not a hero that comes back well at all.
yeah. Fortunately for him, it's a little bit the dynamic is a little bit different in that he's not 100% needing to make space for the other heroes in the
Right.
game. Like he's got a Razor to back him up and fight with.
Hey,
But
do
still,
you guys think Quelling Blade is OP?
Yes.
Man, ranged heroes
'Cause
used to be so good though before they
it's
added
true,
it.
but it's like it used to be that you would see games where strength heroes specifically just wouldn't buy Quelling Blade. Like Ursas, Centaurs, these heroes would buy stats. They'd try and get stronger and like contest the lane. Now everybody just like is buy Quelling Blade and last hit.
I
and
mean,
there's
we're out
no way
of
to contest.
we're out of deny meta, right?
Yeah.
So people don't want the stats to denies for denies. They're just happy to CS. Like that's when people were buying treads first with no quelling because
I mean, it's kind of the same too, because if you get your last hits, then they're not getting denied.
yeah.
Like having more base damage allows you
Yo,
to deny more. as
Land
well.
him. I mean, XM sees him, but is that going to help him? That's the question. There's a little bit more damage coming through. Landham wants the courier as well. Looking like XM should be going down. Can he get the Landham kill? Pops the Fairy Fire for the turn. He gets the first blood. Again,
What a
XM
player.
making these plays. Top. Still more action. Stun onto Monet. 1, 2, 3 walking away, but he will be brought down. Afu does have 12 stolen strength. And okay, they killed the Centaur. That's what this lane was supposed to be about.
And 2 games in a row, XM on his Razor. Once 1v1 in the shadow of his own T1, and their turn around the gank for the first blood.
That's why you buy Fairy Fire.
Yes, it is.
That item's. It's actually been buffed a decent amount, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
85 health now.
just a little better.
Here's the Afu again. I mean, he's already low, so it's only going to take 1 hit.
2 hits.
Is it?
Damn.
It's a tier 2,
At
Kyle.
Kyle underscore is underscore.
Well, someone says 1, I say,
I baited you.
you
I'm
gotta,
sorry.
you gotta, you know.
Oh, Landon's here, but I think he's been seen. Yeah, they know.
Yeah.
But I think XM has also revealed that he knows. Yeah, Landon's reading his movements. He's.
Ooh, Afu didn't bring Life Stealer's items. He's really sad. There was a Tango and a Magic
no.
Wand recipe.
Oh no.
Oh.
It wasn't a salve or anything, but
But still, Lifestealer's low.
yeah.
And if this lane is supposed to be about beating Centaur, it's got to be about staying at relatively high health and being able to kill him when you get those decay stacks up.
I'll just have to send the courier top, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
Quappa is doing better mid, by the way. She's been last setting better. The first
Yeah.
like 2 waves or so, she's been going about even.
Oh,
It's a
I
little
like,
different than last game.
like the build maxed out Shadow Strike. Purely just going for lane dominance.
She did the same thing last game, skill build wise, but just like her last hitting, denying the first. I mean, she's got 10 denies this game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's
Looking
equal
more
CS.
comfortable on the hero, for
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was one of those things where the rotation may have given up first blood, but it did give Quappa.
sure. I mean, Lanham's been just
Little
like
space.
sitting back here the entire time. Oh, X12, is this going to be a kill with the DD? He actually, I don't know, stopped. I think he could have killed him. What's like 2 more auto attacks to bring him down? But all right, he survives, salves up. He's going to be okay. Ursa, 25 CS, doing fine, but Mars also doing okay in the lane. Stomp up onto the Lifestealer. He does have a rage. He's got an open wounds, but he just gets punched in the face with 10 retaliate stacks, and he's now dead. Afu looking like he might be the next one to fall, and this was the question. I feel like it might have been answered. CDEC, their dual lane is still too
How
strong.
do you beat this hero in lane, man?
Oh.
What if
Oh
they
my
made
God.
retaliate dispellable?
That would be a pretty.
Are there
cool-
enough? I guess there's Oracle. There aren't that many
Chen?
early dispels. Yeah.
I fear that might like remove the hero from like the game. I just think the spell itself is just kind of busted.
Maybe-
Numbers need to be toned down.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
like the max stacks. or
I'd
something, I don't
rather
know.
have it be like a number of attacks, have a shorter cooldown, and
Oh,
less
okay.
charges. Like
Yeah,
make it.
so you use it more frequently instead of just
Holding
popping
on to
it
it
for
the one
for
big.
huge
Because
damage.
the problem is
Yeah.
that you charge it up and then you don't need to use it, but just the threat of like, hey, I could have 150 extra
Yeah.
damage.
If I stun
means
you
you
once here,
And
Yeah.
it gives the hero a ridiculous amount of burst, right? Because you stomp double edge and then bring that retaliate in.
Yeah. Or maybe just something like you activate it and it gives you, I don't know. You get what I'm saying. It's the problem is that there's very few mechanics nowadays that offer that same sort of threat built in to your kit. So it's like you don't have to cast spells. It's sort of like TA traps where if you know they're in the lane, you just can't go there.
Yeah.
Because she could use them to kill you, or she could just not.
does anyone remember what was first picked in the first game? I know that this is a like
Wasn't it Rubik?
Yeah, James Rubik.
Yeah.
In the very first game, was he?
Oh, nice stun.
I think so.
Don't think it'll help, though. Another nice stun. Don't tell me he's going to live.
No. he's
Okay.
not.
If he jukes one attack there, he might, but still really well played by James.
Setsu's looking for XM, but he's just chilling with his tranquil boots again. Oh, Flyby's dead at bottom. Getting run down by the Ursa. They saw everybody top.
Yep.
Knew that they could just go for that. And up top, Undying getting clipped. There's not that many retaliate stacks, but he hasn't even popped it just yet. 1, 2, 3. Still surviving. Got a 20 wand.
Oh. First pick in game 1 was AA.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's just the... Oh, it was like...
Game 2 was Rubik.
Yeah, game 2 and 3.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just... I don't know. The Centaur seems so first pickable.
Yeah. No, I
God.
get it.
Okay.
Oh, the heal.
Okay, so
Monet, run. Afu, maybe not so lucky. Stunned.
Dude, James.
Caught.
man.
his stuns
James
are
is so on
amazing.
point
You know,
with the Light Striker.
Those are hard to hit on
Yeah, they
moving
really
targets.
are.
And it's like always on the edge as well. He's like casting it at max range and then using the AoE to get a little bit more range. Oh,
Nice.
Lanham. Thanks, well. Silence. Arena of
Oh,
Blood pops
well.
just to save him. They're both just going to try and TP out, and are they both going to make it?
Wow.
That
Yeah.
baits the Setsu rotation.
It's a really nice job double
Oh,
TPing
man.
there. That's the sort of heads-up play that wins you lands and, well, first qualifiers. But you know the teleport's coming out. You force the big ult. Like, you just... If they react a couple seconds slower, that's a double kill. And that's like almost game-losing at times.
I just didn't have any disables left. Well, I think what Flyby used the spear to try and disengage the fight, and then didn't have it to combo. Oh, there's CDC are so aware of Lanham's movements. Actually, oh wait, are they just gonna? Do they even see
Hello?
this? Oh, they don't see it.
Oh, all right.
All right, now they see.
Now
it.
he does.
All right. There's always an explanation.
Man, it seems like Tranquils is just completely shutting down Queen of Pain in the mid lane. He just sits here and he's getting 20 health per second.
Yep. I really like that he went for the max passive build, too. I assume he did that last game as
He
well?
did. He went
Yeah.
1-1-4.
Yeah.
He was jungling a lot, if I recall.
Yeah,
He
that was the game before.
He really seems to know this matchup inside and out.
Yep.
Oh, going for Lanham. He does have a shackle. It's not going to get a chance to use it. Flyby also getting chased. And once again, top 3 net worth, all on the CDEC side. Monet, they're looking for this nicely timed stun. James does not have the Laguna Blade just yet.
I'll be honest, my read on the game was somewhat predicated on winning top for RNG.
That
I
this was
cannot
supposed to be
believe-
the answer. Yeah.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, we just haven't seen the lanes well enough for me to be
Oh,
that
Ursa died
confident in
bottom.
it.
Whoops. All right, got jumped. Sonic waved.
Had you seen that lane in pubs, Kyle?
I have not, but it's just like if Undying Lifestealer can't be
If that's not
Centaur,
enough,
Yeah,
what,
fair
what
enough.
what
beats
is?
this hero?
Fair enough.
Effort. Still has a tombstone. Holding it. They need to be careful. There is a stampede. They're going to go for this kill and then maybe just stampede away. James, yep. Stampede getting popped. Going to get these bouncer runes. And 1, 2, 3 doesn't even back down. Just runs all the way around. Again, they're trying to play this pressure game on
Man.
Razor, but he's always full HP with the Tranquil Boots.
Balanced horseman.
Yeah. What do you do? He's gonna have a Vanguard before too long. Quap's still desperate. Oh, all right.
Okay.
Oh man, that's insult to
Just-
injury right there.
XM.
So you know how people
Leave
ask,
him alone.
it's interesting because we have Mars and Centaur in this game. So my question is, one, if you had the option and it was a thing, would you go live on Mars? And two, would you become a Centaur?
Get your ass to Mars.
Centaur, yes. Mars, no. Obviously. Everyone knows that answer. Stupid question.
All right, very logical. Thank
Oh.
you, Kevin.
Wait, wraparound gank is the name of the game. 1, 2, 3.
DDs are good.
Yeah, stun, turnaround. They're looking for some damage. Zetsu, can they kill him off,
God.
actually? He doesn't have a blink.
Oh my-
James gets the
How is
turnaround.
he- how is he so good? He's just like, oh, okay, this is fine, yeah.
Yeah,
Kill
yeah.
him. Just kill
We
him.
can kill him. Sure. And now XM's up here. How many times have we seen this rotation from the Razor? I don't think he can quite kill Afu, but Monet also forced a man down.
I mean, this guy's out of his mind.
He's
Still-
trying to go to TI.
We're still pretty good. They still got it was still an okay trade, but yeah, sucks to lose your Quap like that. And it looked like it should have just been like a 1 for nothing or a 2
Yeah.
for nothing. Oh, Life Stealer. Monet. I don't know if this is the build.
Wow.
We'll see. He might
this
change.
game-
He might change his mind as things go on. We got some Mass Serpent Wards ready to rock and roll.
I will say that it's a shame that only one of these teams will end up in TI.
They're
I
both
think
they're
would
both
agree.
playing really well.
I think against an Ursa, Radiance is actually really good on Lifestealer because Lifestealer or Ursa beats you in a 1v1 because he's going to hit you more. So if you have Radiance, at least then you can play the kite game against him.
Yep.
Um,
Also nice because you want to be able to force MKB.
Mm-hmm.
Ursa doesn't really want to slot for it if he can help it.
Construct. Taggart. Alright, Sonic Wave dead. Tatsu, no messing around. Still going the same build as the previous game. We'll be heading towards the Yules. We've seen so many of the individual pieces of this game over the course of this best of 5, and this is the culmination of all of it. Got a tier 1 for tier 1 tower trade. Centaur not going to complete the full Hood or Vanguard. Is actually just going for the faster Blink Dagger on 1, 2, 3. Wants to get a little bit more involved, perhaps.
I like the decision, especially in this kind of game. If you can find your initiation on the Quap of the Rasta, you're going to win fights for your team. You don't need to do anything.
TP in from the Centaur. Spots Lanham, slows him down.
Wow.
Tombstone's there. Lanham should just straight up be dead. Afu also probably getting caught. He's been slowed down further over. The Quap does have Blink. Setsu's out. But CDEC just completely flush him out of their jungle.
Look, using Blink to break Link is cool and all, but do you do anything else against Razor?
You are burst damage as well, which is supposed to be good against Razor, but XM just buys all. Look, he just buys all this little stuff and just fills his inventory.
the burst damage would be better if it was single target, not AoE. AoE's not so
Yeah,
good,
that's
so.
true.
I think we're also not giving XM enough credit.
Yeah,
You said it yourself.
all right.
He knows this matchup well. I have not seen another Razor go Tranquils on this patch in this matchup. Could just because I haven't seen it, but either way, like you don't expect this, and he's just saying like, look, I can't win this lane, I can't do anything, so he goes for the max efficiency build. To your point, early points in aura, so he can farm woods, buys tons of stats, like full inventory from 8 minutes on. This is how it's done.
James. All right, breaks smoke. Jump forward. Dagger. Flyby looking for a little bit more. They are TPing in their Ursa. They get the combo onto the Razor. Still pretty tanky. Tombstone's down. Eve needs to deal with that first. He does do so. Mass Serpent Ward's getting dropped. That's 2 so far for RNG. They brought numbers. Eve's looking for something more. 1, 2, 3 does not have the Stampede to get them out of here. And RNG come in and take a 3 for nothing.
That's the benefit of the draft, though. This is what the Mars gives you. If you can land the ult, drop wards, you have teamfight dominance. You're always going to get the area control.
That's the combo, but CDC did not appear to appreciate the commitment that RNG were going to bring to that fight.
Did you guys see how James almost just still
Yes.
solo
Yes.
killed Quap? Like if he hit that first stun, I just can't believe how he's able to do this.
And the thing is, it's getting to where you're like super surprised when he misses one.
Yeah. I was about to talk shit. I was like, oh, he can miss a stun, dude.
And Centaur's got Blink now. After seeing that fight, I am a little bit afraid of the potential of just dropping the Tombstone plus the Undying Wards in the fight. I do think that CDEC are going to have to respect that for sure.
I was just thinking, like, what if Dota had achievements, like win a game without missing a stun? But then I realized that what would happen is that player would just never cast a stun.
Yeah.
Or they'd hit their first one and never cast it again.
Yeah.
Or they'd only play Vengeful Spirit or something.
That was always the argument against adding Steam achievements. Oh, no. Quap. All right. It looks like he's going to be okay. Lanham looking for the turnaround. Once again, they've got the arena. It's a low cooldown, and it's got the lockdown.
Yeah.
They killed the Centaur. No escape for him.
This is where it gets scary. You had a nice lead to CDEC, but their downfall is going to be the lack of team fight and the lack of tower pressure. See that mid tower? How much HP does that still have? Almost all. Your map's getting opened up. Rasta has wards in 10 seconds and a Blink Mars. This is scary.
Does the late game look okay for RNG as well, you think?
Oh, yeah. I think Lifestealer is still super good in
All
this game.
Offensive Yules. stun up the Grimstroke, bring him down.
All these blinks combo so much better.
Oh,
Wow.
that's the no-tail.
That's worth. That's
Yeah.
100% worth. Man, RNG have blown this open.
Yeah. Having like blink daggers to combo with the quad makes everything so much better. And he's reading James a lot better. He blinked in aggressively. He just keeps running. He doesn't stop to start right clicking like he normally would.
Mhm.
So he's been dodging spells.
But blown it open. It is only 1K, dude.
Well,
But it doesn't get any easier for CDEC.
yeah, they've killed Centaur like 3 times now. Centaurs haven't been dying previous games. And they're also sitting back on an Ursa who's rushing to BKB. But on the other side, Lifestealer's got Radiance coming.
And there's
Eventually.
really nothing Ursa can do to
Queen of Pain.
yeah, even with the BKB, Lifestealer is going to jump inside of somebody. Mars has Blink, Quap has Blink. And the real big downside is when you're playing, needing a BKB to engage, you could just get hexed first. Stunned by
Sure.
Mars first, initiated on, and then all of a sudden that BKB is going to be forced out of you defensively. However, yes, Razor, Ursa will hit
this is
similar
your-
timings. It's time to go.
You're going to have double BKB timing. I think that these
Yeah.
next couple fights are going to tell.
This is it.
Ursa's like 3-item timing is also scary with
Mhm.
like Blink Basher. That's a little bit worrisome, but yeah. Okay, CDC two BKBs and a Blink Dagger.
Blink,
See how
Blink
they
for
can
the
use
Centaur.
this.
He's just living currying it
Yeah.
out to him.
Yeah, Ursa's
Just
running it
there's
at
his
him. But RNG still want to take this fight. They jump in. BKB popped immediately by XM.
Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3 just waiting in the middle. They should be able to deal with the Tombstone. Not the best positioning from Afu. He does manage to heal it up. The BKB getting kited now. Do they choose to re-engage? Blink
Split your
Stomp onto the
BKBs.
Undying. Setsu, what can he actually do here? They only lose the Undying in the end, but CDC move forward onto the Tier 1 tower, and they will finish this one off.
Yeah, they're not interested in pressing this with Razor's BKB down.
Flybot kind of super choked his spear in that fight. Got the ulti down, but might have even been better to like, maybe it's not worth, but blink stun first and then drop the ult. I'm not sure.
Like Blink stun him back to the tower.
Yeah,
and then
something like that.
Yeah. Oh, and CDC, they feel like they still have another timing. They see the Lifestealer farming here at mid. Do they actually want him? All right, just gonna scoot past. Razor pops out. Oh, okay. All right, this is something else that they can do with their lineup.
It's
And
very hard to read.
RNG not even not thinking about it potentially. It's not every day that you play against Ursa necessarily, so this is just done. Nice and easy.
Nice call. They needed to make that happen.
Game's still tense. This is probably the closest we've been at 19 minutes
Yeah,
this
wait,
entire
wait.
series.
Oh, by
right?
far.
Yeah, go back to those
12,
graphs.
12, pretty much less than 1,000 net worth,
Oh.
less than 1,000 experience.
That's what you ask for in a game 5.
Yep. Oh, Lanham. All right. Long duration. They're popping everything. Spear him back. Razor's still fairly tanky. Can he get this BKB off? He's got a fairly big stick as well. Pops the stick, pops the BKB,
Oh,
pop the
no.
Stampede.
Okay.
But down he goes. Eve now looking for his target. He finds Afu. That he's already taken out one.
Oh, nice.
But
Yules.
nice Yules. Unfortunately, he does still get brought down. And Eve, quick tombstone for him. A little bit of bonus. Nice.
I don't think Lanham needed either. He didn't micro his wards at all. They were hitting the creeps, not the Razor, for like 3 volleys at least.
He was getting run at by the Ursa, right?
Wait, what level is Lanham?
10.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, he got a BKB on Razor out of it, I guess.
No,
Which
it's
isn't
really-
terrible. But
It's really annoying sometimes. I thought he'd maybe just hit 12 because you have to rebind your wards. At least I was. Maybe I'm just dumb, but I use 3 for my wards, and I'd have to.
Yeah, when the
rebind.
level's up, you have
Yeah.
to.
do you really?
Why
Why don't you shift Q at
if
them?
if
'Cause
you
then it retains them.
if you do the shift control
Yeah.
group, then you can get all of them. But the different levels of wards are counted as different units.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ursa, all of a sudden, over that last couple of fights, he is now far and away #1 on net worth. He's actually going to have Basher very soon. It was not long ago that we were looking at him just picking up his BKB in the fountain, and Eve has just gotten a bunch of kills since then. So I'm very scared of this Ursa at this point. We'll see. They kite him better as the game goes on, but for now, with high duration BKB, what can they do? So, all right, they smoke up. I don't believe that this was scouted. We got a BKB on the Queen of Pain as well. This is not going to guaranteed keep you alive against the Ursa, but it's going to give you a slightly better chance against the other disables. Mars also going for his BKB. Lifestealer. The Radiance is online, and he is now going for a Manta. He's not going to get stumped. Does dodge out of the way, but they've got the Soulbind on him. Can't really run back to his team. Tombstone's on the high ground. He infests inside of Afu. Eve just wants the damage. Monet going to keep on running. And just a quick blink up onto the high ground for Setsu. Ursa going to start getting kited. They can't afford to waste too many spells on this Aegis. James just clicking into Lanham. He is trapped inside here in the arena, but now they've got the link onto the Lifestealer. He can't afford to fight. Setsu pops his cooldowns just to get the Centaur in the back lines.
What was that spear? He tosses him back, but there's like walls all over the place. Spam him to a wall, dude. Could have broken Aegis. Now it's not touched. He just like threw the spear and he just ditched.
Yeah.
So I'm out of here. I don't want any credit.
Flyby, I don't think you have enough damage to do this by yourself. Is he gonna try?
Just got to make up for it.
No, all right.
Nah.
Well, that's pretty much all he had.
BM Spear TP.
Yeah. Just
all right.
You do it. Maybe somebody on CDEC TPs, but they're not really that afraid. Well. All right. So Lifestealer still hard for him to commit in these fights, but he was forced to pop Rage immediately, so that was not ideal for him. Still very super neck and neck. Undying, I suppose, is going to start falling off a little bit relative to the other three supports in this game.
I think he's already begun.
Yeah. Still placing some nice tombstones, but that's pretty much all he's going to be for the rest of this game.
It's just it's tough when they have two of the best tomb killers in the game, in Lina and Ursa.
And Lena's got a Yules as well.
James
finds the farm. For sure. And the Yule's going to be super useful against Lanham. Just another way to interrupt if he's trying to lock somebody down. And CDEC do come down to bottom. Fairly tanky Centaur. Lifestealer does have a TP ready. Arena of Blood's off cooldown. They do have a Haster now on their Mars, who is also picking up his BKB in a second. They're TPing in on the Lifestealer. Looks like they do want this tier 1 fight. The Atos is up on the Razor, so lots of different things that could potentially force the Queen of Pain BKB. Aegis is only up for another few seconds. This is actually a decent time for RNG to fight. He needs to be careful. I think they might have this time down, but the bash comes in, and Setsu almost loses his life immediately. The Aegis has been reclaimed. They're focusing on Lanham in the back lines. Setsu's gone. Do catch James inside the Mass Serpent Ward Trap. Razor, he's pinned inside of the arena, but not doing any damage on the walls.
Wait. Are they just out after 2 buybacks?
What?
Are they just out?
They're trying to catch more. He's got the spear back off cooldown.
Oh my god, that's crippling.
They lost nothing. CDEC, 3 for nothing with 2 buybacks. That is a 2K gold swing.
They almost killed Lina. The Serpent Wards were like attacking her. She barely survived. And at the start of the fight was kind of good because Mars jumped in and the static link got him a bit, but he had a haste rune to get away. But that was it. Everyone else died.
How did that happen? How did Quap die with a BKB?
Got bashed.
Got bashed. I think it might even gotten bashed twice. Although the damage was probably enough to just kill her after she comes out.
Overpower stack's already up. What do they see? Coming forward. Smoke gets broken. James knows that something's going on. Yeah, they know exactly where the heroes were hiding, but nobody wants to jump in there completely blind. So. Oh, they're coming back in. Just try for these fog stuns. It's so the cast range is so crazy. It's like a whole screen worth of Lina stun. Yeah, once again, 1, 2, 3 are going to be going for the Lotus. Quap this time around is going to be going for an Aghanim Scepter RNG. They're making a play. Blink's coming back off cooldown. He breaks the smoke and he blinks away. They're still chasing though. Got to be careful. All right, they do pin him to the wall. This is a decent catch. Stampede runs through the middle, kiting them around a little bit. They finally bring him down, but they've already used the rage. Can they actually fight this? Ursa's just charging forward. He's also being ink swelled. Silence on the Lifestealer, and 1, 2, 3, 5 straight back into the game. Have you seen better buybacks? Because RNG certainly have not. Setsu, BKB, blink away, Tombstone on the high ground, but that's just bonus gold for CDEC.
Oh,
How's he
my
die
lord.
so fast? I mean, he's got, what, Yasha, phase boots. He's got decent armor, but once they get on top of him, he just gets shredded.
That's an angry bear.
I don't know how Lifesteal plays against Ursa and Razor. It's just
Yep.
it's just not possible.
Oh, is that what it was? It was the Razor ulti, probably lowering his armor, I guess.
Yeah, Razor did a lot of damage actually. Well, Lifesteal dead for a bit. Jump in. Stun from Flyby. What are they actually looking for here? Flyby, what are you doing? Hello?
They're crumbling, guys.
Your Lifestealer is
no.
dead.
They really are.
What? What?
Why am I hold it together,
What?
dude?
I'm not sure what the plan was there.
I'll flame him less, it'll help. Good try, buddy.
CDEC.
Purge the hero we
this-
need.
we talked a lot about maturity and experience and how that can help you a lot in the qualifier, but for a group of newer guys and a bunch of what really were just B-team throwaways that banded together to put the stack, they're
yeah.
looking great. They look composed.
Showing incredible fortitude in this series. That-
Especially after losing.
After those two, after
yeah,
games
they
2 and
looked dead
3,
in the water.
they look lost. I mean, you trot the same draft out there 2 games in a row and just get shellacked.
After this, I feel like I just want to say it was the draft that was the problem, right? I don't think there was anything really.
Nah, these last couple of fights. Yeah, Lifestealer's game feels.
No, I mean
really,
those
really
two
hard.
games that they lost. Not,
Oh,
not
I
this
gotcha,
one.
I
Yeah, yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. Like those 2 games after seeing CDEC bounce back like this.
100%.
It's just like they.
I think we said that at the time.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
not over yet, though. Just
It
keep
is
in
not.
mind.
Not by any
Mars
means.
and Lifestealer at a certain point, they still offer a great team fight. What's Lifestealer's itemization looking like?
It's going Manta.
He's been
Manta.
He's been
Yeah.
stalled on this Manta forever.
He's got the money now,
kind of the
but
problem.
he's trying to buy back as well.
Yeah.
Needs 700 for it.
All right, dive scan.
I mean, so what's your big timing if you're RNG? Like Manta on Lifestealer doesn't feel.
Radiant scan. They know that heroes are
He's
here.
going to go AC afterwards.
They're taking this quickly. All right, Courier to scout. They see it. Lanham, can he make a play to get in here? He's going to put down the Mass Serpent, which fly by, pushes them outside of the pit. They've got the damage, but Eve already has the Aegis and the cheese. They are trying to kill off the Centaur, but he gets pushed back into the pit. Survives a little bit longer. Lanham gets brought down. They deal with the Tombstone next. Flyby actually found the cheese. Manages to pop that, but Setsu gets stunned. Can they actually finish him off?
again.
Silenced. Eve, is he going to look for the bash, or is he just disengaging?
Oh, it's
Looks
got
like they are just
super
going to leave
awkward all of a
James.
sudden.
Monet double kill.
Flyby's like, it looks like he hasn't played Wind Ranger before and he's trying to shackle shot people. It's kind of is what this reminds me of. Because he's throwing the spears and he's hitting people, but he's not hitting his walls,
Yeah.
he's not hitting his trees. He's just like throwing them, man.
Yeah, it doesn't look totally comfortable.
It's affecting their fights. Like that, even that Lena there, like she gets a couple more spells off. It didn't matter in that moment because the fight was over, but those are like that. You can't make those mistakes and try to go to TI.
That's a good point.
Despite all that, they do come out ahead in the fight.
Yeah, but Ursa's still got
Ursa's still
Aegis,
good
and he's
Aegis.
about to have Abyssal Blade. They don't have any answers to this Abyssal Blade
No,
at
they do
all.
not.
Like, literally zero.
That directly threatens the 2 big farming cores.
They got 3 bounties at least. Another issue is
They got
Lanham's
4.
Lanham's always getting caught with Grimstroke ulti too. And he can't defend himself. He's 1-8 and 8.
Now you see him, now you don't.
I wasn't a believer at Ursa at first, but now that you've had a Midas for a while,
Yeah.
and 6-1-6, this is a good, decent performance.
Got the Fury Swipes talent.
I mean, I'm still not a believer in Ursa, but I am definitely a believer in Ursa against Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Battle Fury next item.
Okay.
What?
For who?
For Ursa.
All right.
That's curious.
I'm
That's
not sure about that one.
yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
Huh. What? All right, they're just the hit squad. Just keep overpower up. Anyone that you see, you blink Abyssal Blade, and they die. It's no one on RNG can show on map. We got 2 people sitting inside the base. Mars sitting inside the trees. Setsu's trying to push out bottom a little bit, but he doesn't see anything. They are drawing on the map. They think that they're playing over in their jungle, and they would be right. They're about to spot the Centaur. But Setsu, even seeing the Centaur, he's still hesitant. He doesn't know where anybody else is.
Yeah. For all that, the net worth lead is really not that big.
Oh, I mean, it's been hardly anything this entire
Yeah.
game. But I think Lifestealer's net worth is not keeping him alive. He's just going to get deleted by Ursa so long as Ursa sees him.
Well, yeah, he's just gone this super greedy build.
Is he actually going to buy B Fury?
I'm very confused why. Just to like push lanes faster, I guess.
I don't know.
Because he doesn't push very quickly on creep waves. He can jungle fine, but it's definitely bizarre.
He wants his Moonshard consumed Ags faster.
Okay, switch it up to MKB.
All right.
All right.
All right. There you
That I'm down with.
go. That seems a little bit more sensible. All right. CDC smoke. What do they see? They know that they're on this hill, but can they actually approach? Do you want to sing the song, Kyle?
Which one?
Don't
The
go
hi-
up the high ground with no vision.
Dum bum
Don't
bum.
go up the high ground with no
vision.
vision.
You need a ward and bring your sword in.
Oh, flyby. He's faced the right way, but Eve finds his
No.
back, and James, well, he's got the zap. Flyby, why are you here? What you doing here, bud?
The second or third questionable death out of position. For the
Yeah.
offlaner from RNG.
That's a rough game.
Still anybody's match though. The Lifestealer is starting to spike up in net worth.
Yep.
Can
He's
have-
got AC now,
Yep.
so buying up for that. Going to be going for Abyssal Blade of his own next. They've only got another 45 seconds on the Aegis. So CDEC wanting to put some pressure onto the high ground. Ursa did not have overpower up, not willing to jump for anything there. I think they actually, I thought they wanted building damage. They really just want Lanham. Force staff away, but down he
Alright.
goes. All right, nothing to save him.
He can buy back.
Centaur, yeah, buying
They're
back
so
on
deep.
Lanham. Tombstone's
tier
being
fours.
dropped. They get the Yules onto the Ursa. He doesn't have BKB anymore.
no.
Can they stall out this Aegis Glimmer Cape? Trying to keep him alive. It's only another 14 seconds. Eve might be better to just
Oh,
turn and
double
fight the
Laguna.
double Laguna Blade. Lifestealer
Oh.
almost dead. He mantas. Now they've got the wards down, keeping the Ursa pinned. He does finally go down. That pops the Aegis, but XM also taking a ton of damage. Lanham finds the double,
Oh my
and
God, it's a
CDEC, maybe they're the ones throwing this game back the other way. They are going to lose all 5.
The heck?
And Lanham gives him the tip.
Oh my.
I mean, the dive was
Wow.
stupidly far right. He blinks,
Yeah.
he doesn't get the Abyssal, his BKB's going, and they use Stampede to get a little deeper. And then by the time they do get the kill, they're by the tier 4s. So it's just a super easy Centaur kill,
All right.
and then it's just a chase from there, I guess.
Okay, this is the damage that they do through backdoor. They've got a Deso and they've got an AC.
Ursa's
Oh, man.
has no buyback.
Man, I felt bad for RNG,
no.
but
This
now
game-
I'm just feeling so bad for
Oh,
CDEC.
Is
my
this game just
God.
over?
Oh, they can only go tier
Holy
4s. There's tier 2s in both of the other lanes, so they can't
mean,
end it.
We talk
but
a lot about high tier Dota and the big differences. When you jump up a tier, it's not as if people magically get better. It's about how they punish. One mistake, you've lost a Rex. You make another, you're losing the game.
Oh, easily. I think they
All
could have done
right.
some pretty serious tier 4
That-
damage there.
I don't know. That might have just. And now the
bounties.
Lifestealer is going to be pretty darn farmed. He's got the evasion talent now, as well, which is probably part of the survivability in that last fight.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't die. It was really close.
And the other big change in the Dota economy over the last year or so is that there's a ton of gold now tied up in barracks. You see the net worth swing in the favor now of RNG.
Yeah,
that was much more the barracks than it was that fight.
This is the biggest gap we've had. Kind of
Yep.
well, I mean, we were up here before, but it's becoming a little bit more topsy-turvy as we swing back and forth. Flyby, do you like the Halberd as the choice here for him? It seems okay.
I like
think
it.
it's
I like
solid.
it against Ursa.
Yeah.
It's really good against Ursa, really good against Razor.
They don't have a Vlad's yet, but
Yeah.
like, I don't know if that's that important. When's Roche? All right. A potential respawn in 55 seconds. CDEC probably looking for that just because they want to rally around that a little bit more. That was if you're CDEC, you gotta be. That's gotta shake you a bit, right? You're like we're winning, and all of a sudden, now you're down a lane of racks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a pretty obvious mistake that
I can
the
see why
dive
they went
should never
for
have
it.
happened.
I can see why they went for it because their building damage sucks so bad, but like Seriously. Oh, James, all right, once again in a position to break this smoke, but Flyby does have the Lifestealer waiting inside of him. Do they actually see him? They've got the vision up on the high ground. They see the Ursa. Can they actually get him?
Oh,
They are going to jump in. They
beautiful.
bring down 1
Speared
damage
Ursa
on the
back.
ground. Everyone is
God.
trapped. Ursa gets pushed out. He will actually be able to escape. It's just the 2 supports so far. Can they get a little bit more? XM trying to get out of here. He doesn't have the BKB. The Yules is ready. XM just forced to stand here and fight. RNG
Jesus.
swarm him and kill him off. It's too much damage now, as RNG are the ones getting the initiation.
Oh, CDEC crumbling.
And bottom lane's pushing in. They're going to come down here. It's a double catapult.
They're the perfect initiation. The spearing the Ursa at the back of the Mars ulti was exactly what they needed, because that's the biggest damage dealer by far.
All right, Flyby was just sandbagging.
He's just
False sense of
Yeah.
security.
From 0 to hero, just like that. And with that, all right, another quick tier 2. Razor, I mean, he does have a buyback. There's a line being drawn from Afu. Looks like, okay, he wants his team to just secure all the outer towers, secure the Roshan for themselves. There is a refresher shard right there, and CDEC. What do they do now? I guess they have to take this Roshan fight. RNG, no mass Serpent Wards, but the same way they have good objective taking, they should be able to do something here. I guess CDC might be out of smokes. Trying to send their courier to
They're
scout
out of
this out.
time.
Oh,
wait
got
till
double
Razor
damage outside the pit.
respawns. Oh, get the...
All right, Setsu jumps in. Shiva's looking for the Grimstroke. Can't get a good ultimate off just yet. And Centaur getting chunked by the Lifestealer. 1, 2, 3. Not looking very tanky. There's the spear from Flyby. They finish him off. He's dead for 54. And now they've got the Yules up on the Ursa. He's forced to pop the BKB, but can he actually kill anybody off? You want Setsu. Won't do it. XM also being controlled. James finds his opening in the fight, but Ursa about to be brought down. He's got the buyback, but no easy way to re-enter.
He's got the tier 2.
Yeah, all right.
They could fight this.
Yeah, they're coming back in. Monet needing to be careful. Rage back off cooldown in 1 second's time. Hiding backwards. DD about to wear out, and RNG will just retreat back to their shrine.
Shrine and back into Roche. Roche is still at half HP, so this is actually pretty easy for them to re-engage. Centaur dead for 20. Might not be enough time. Maybe they want to get a kill
fast
first.
enough.
Stroke. Scout. RNG once again.
They're missing BKBs and stuff too. This is pretty scary.
Yeah. All right, Razor's
Oh,
got a
refresher
okay,
Razor.
Razor's
This
got a
is-
refresher.
He's got to be all in after that.
Yeah, I don't think he has buyback. Nope. Nope. All right. Well, RNG. They claim it. They've got the Aegis. They've got the cheese. They've got the refresher. Flyby's looking for a little bit more. Doesn't want to use the BKB. Might regret that decision. Queen of Pain jumps into a stun. Will be able to
What?
get the Yules off. He's got the blink in a second. Setsu just able to escape, but he's still on the high ground. The supports are going to auto-attack him to death. And RNG just retreat out the other side.
But he drew the whole team off, and that's the big refresher reveal.
Yeah. I can't believe he's got one of those already. Actually, is it 39 minutes already?
Yeah.
It's been a hell of a game.
coming up on
28-28.
it's
Yeah.
still, well, the kills are still so close, but look at this.
Wow.
That was
Well, that's what
Wow.
happened when you get
yeah.
racks and buybacks.
Yeah,
and-
oh, look, you killed Lanham.
yeah.
Refresher past
All bad news.
Mars to Flyby, so you can do double God's Rebuke or Arena Blood.
Mhm.
Okay.
I like it.
Be fun. What's he queuing up?
Eggs.
Fun.
He's going
Mm.
for the.
Oh, that's
he's going
right.
for the damage build probably.
I suppose
Get
because
the
you
rebuke
can
crit.
do God's Rebuke every 1.4
1.4
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite a lot of damage.
Especially against like Lina, Grimstroke, those heroes. It'll be really good.
So you see they're thinking about doing something here. They're heading up. Opposing shrine area. This is on cooldown for quite some time.
It's the right play, even if it doesn't pay off. When you're behind, you got to try
Yeah.
and get aggressive. Can't wait in your own side of the map.
And RNG, they're just waiting. They just want their Queen of Pain to respawn. No one's leaving the base. They're sending Lifestealer illusions. They're letting the creeps do their biz. They are patient. And Lifestealer now, all right, picking it. Is that the full Abyssal Blade? Yeah, full Abyssal Blade for the Lifestealer. Giving himself a few more tools. He is level 25. Picked up the +2 seconds rage duration, so certainly nice to have.
And this feels like the first point in this game where Lifestealer's really been a legit threat to jump on people.
Yeah, pop out of the Mars and
Yep.
just kill somebody.
Or
for
the
sure.
Queen.
Quap trying to tank up. Has gone for the Shivas. Going to be going for Lincoln's next. Probably sick of that Abyssal Blade.
She's waiting on her talent. Actually, she still hasn't skilled it.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All
she
right,
went
there you
to
go.
fear.
That's a big. That's a game changer for sure. These BKBs are wearing down. The Ursa's starting to hit a wall where he's not killing people like straight away in the BKB duration. And after that, he's just going to get kited by Shiva's Scream, Spear. All the stuns from RNG are getting better and better as the game goes on. They even give the refresh chart over to Lanham.
Oh, of course.
He goes for the Snake's HP.
Yeah, they just want to, if they win a fight, refresher on
They
Shadow
might
Shaman,
just
end the
try.
game.
Yeah, they might just go straight for end.
They certainly have that luxury. They can win the fight.
Yeah, well, they're putting the Undying in the front. They're establishing their vision, checking the corners. Okay, we do have an MKB now on the Ursa. That's a little bit of a damage improvement. Lanham willing to commit the double snakes just to take this lane of racks potentially. It's going to take XM a while to get through this.
It's the worst feeling when you realize it takes 3. I really like them committing Shard for this. Super worth.
Just chip out their racks. CDC can't fight
This
this at all.
This is the second racks.
Yeah, this is
All
2
right,
lanes.
well, there you go. There's
God.
the disciplined play.
And that's not a lineup that is going to deal with that well.
Up back against the rope, CDEC. Do you have anything left in the tank? It's been a wonderful run, but man, of all the ways to go out, diving tier 4s, reminiscent of what was it EGOG game 2, game 3 of the winner bracket last year at TI, the toss in to the tier 4s.
Was it complexity, name any number of games?
Any year.
Pick a week, any week.
Day ending in Y.
Yeah. So it is
We had our difficulties with high ground. Anyway.
a lot of teams.
So did Anakin. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
That's right.
Is
At
that
least we
the-
still have our legs.
Is he stuck in the? He's just stuck in the stun animation.
Yeah, I saw that one.
All right. Hello.
It's probably the Queen of Pain Fear, actually.
Oh, that's
if I had to
funny.
guess. Some bug with that.
All right. CDC, they smoke up. They're heading out. How long is the Aegis
it's
up? It's
tough.
only going to be up for another 10 seconds. They're trying to get this timing perfectly. They jump
Got
in. They
off
go
loop.
for the Undying first. Lifestealer alive for a couple
Alright.
more seconds. Aegis 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's going to be out of his inventory. And RNG back up. But, I mean, one more Roshan probably secures the game, right? So,
Yeah, you got to think.
just, I guess, just chill out. No need to rush. Crop's going Hex. Razor's going Hex. Lena hoping for the Shadow Blade. How does the fight have to go for CDEC now to win it, you think? Did they absolutely need the double Laguna? Is that the
It would
key
help a lot.
ingredient? Or double Abyssal?
Yeah, I think they need some Grimstroke combo, and most important, they got to start the fight with Ursa on top of one of the cores.
All right, more bounties. Stabilizing around a 13k net worth lead.
If it's like both of the supports, like I guess you don't really want it to be Undying, but if it's like Shadow Shaman +1 linked together and they get burst comboed, I think that's the best solution because Shaman disables and then deal with the tomb, and then the cores afterwards will come after when their BKBs are gone. But as long as Landon doesn't get out of position, I don't think they'll get linked too much more.
Oh,
Jump in. Hex. All right. Stun's coming through. Razor not looking very tanky. Sonic Wave's not going to
Ooh.
connect on him. They've got the Glimmer Cape getting him a little bit further away. RNG, they have popped a bunch of spells. They're not going to get it. All they needed was the... So they didn't spear him back. He just ended up... He was in the middle of everything. It was probably better, to be honest. Lifestealer was hitting him, but...
Maybe Lanham did Lanham cancel his shackles or something? Not sure.
Yeah, not sure.
Because he got BKB active, but he was already shackled, so
Yeah.
it was like he got stunned or something. Not terrible though. Stampede on cooldown for another 52, so they still haven't taken the top tier 2.
This is tense. It's the thing that sucks for CDEC is that they had a lead, but they didn't manage to take a tier 3. So the shrines are still up for Roshan control for RNG.
We're all going to try to take control. This last time they were here, the Ursa, or the Undyne died. Just
1, 2, 3.
like that.
Oh.
All right. He looked for a stomp, couldn't find it. Pinned to the tree, not taking the damage from the arena, but the Lifestealers got more than enough damage there. Ursa is jumping in on top of Landham. They also expend the Laguna Blade on him, but he gets the Ghost Scepter off, and he just keeps on walking. XM, he has used BKB number 1. BKB number 2 still waiting. Monet hiding inside of the Undying. Going to turn around and actually decides to fight here with this Mars, who pops the cheese early. Both of these cores low. Eve getting bashed. XM doing damage as well. He'll be brought down. He's got a buyback, and the Ursa just getting kited by the high ground tombstone.
Yeah.
Afu making the plays. 1, 2, 3. Force-snaps himself a little bit further back, but they're still chasing. Fear from the Quap. Monet wants to go deeper, but triple buyback comes out, and RNG will once again play it safe, back out, sip on a little clarity potion, and reset around the Roshan pit, which is going to be another 2.5 minutes away.
So much gold now.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can see the high
5
ground, too.
buybacks.
5?
8 out of 10.
Wow. If that isn't the tail of this qualifier, I don't know what is.
It's going to be the tail of Dota again.
Man, all the blinking BKB course on Royals makes it so hard for Grimstroke to play. Because when they jump in, even if he links him, it doesn't matter. They just pop BKBs, and then the duration's basically gone.
RNG are looking for their opportunity. Any kill, and that Pure will be dead.
Oh, the nullifier is actually disgusting.
Yeah, the nullifier.
That's the thing. It took so long, but for the first time when he gets Abyssal, and now certainly with Nullifier, Lifestealer feels like he is a threat to the CDEC cores.
And the 2 buybacks that they have are important buybacks.
Yep.
Oh, CDC, they're holding the high ground. All right, Monet pops the Rage. They do have Vision up here.
Good
Fear,
read, but
Stampede trying to escape. Ursa pops the BKB, but he's not able to fight, and he's already lost half of his life. James is dead for 110,
No buyback.
and RNG sense their TI opportunity now. They're looking for the Ursa. He's going to try for the TP, just hoping, but he
my
gets feared.
goodness.
He gets nullified. He's going to be killed off. 3 already
That's
dead. XM, his Razor, has looked strong,
What
but
an
not
effort.
strong enough. And RNG have done it.
What an
They
effort.
are going to qualify here.
Missing out on a DPC direct invite by inches. They only had one more series to win at Epicenter to set themselves up for it, but they come through in the end. And man, oh man,
You can feel the pain.
so many good
XM
teams in this region.
XM writes GG, and he's the only one to disconnect. I can only imagine everybody else is just.
Yeah.
Man.
I know
I'm
that.
not even-
just
yeah.
heads down.
God, it hurts. I'm hyped for RNG. Like that.
Yeah.
that's
Congratulations,
Yeah.
RNG.
It's a super
What
good
a
team.
series. That was a super cool series of Dota. And
Man.
I love that we have a turnaround in the last one, right? 4 games of outdraft. It's cool, good execution. Last game, neck and neck all the way. And just kind of all came down to one moment, and RNG seized it.
Dive into your force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They felt completely fine in that game, actually. But until they dove the tier 4s just to get, a Shadow Shaman?
But that's the game right now. You just can't make those mistakes at this level, unfortunately. Boy.
I wanted to say everybody gets like maybe the 1, but you don't even get that anymore.
No.
Especially when you draft the lineup that's
People are
not
too
even a
good.
team fight.
Yeah.
And
Didn't have the building
And
push.
you go from Lifestealer. You know, we spent most of the game asking how Lifestealer is going to play ever against the cores on the other side, and all of a sudden Lifestealer completes his Abyssal, and he's just off to the races. He looks like a different hero.
It was more like the Manta, actually. Like, even the Manta, like, raw-wise, you look kind of weak, but he actually accelerated his farm a lot. Just with split pushing.
true.
Like, if you look at the graph comparison, like, how's Ursa ever going to out-farm against him if he's got Radiance and a
Eventually he's
Manta?
not, and that's part of why we talk about the late game. Lifestealer still being favored because of the farm lead that we expect.
Plus a BKB built into his kit, so
Yep.
it worked out really nicely. And even like the Infest stuff, 10-2 and 18, I thought Monet played excellent.
Wow,
Setsu did well too.
Those are where the picture is 1,000 words.
Yep. Afu, Lanem, and Monet returning to TI. Setsu and Flyby, I believe, attending their first.
Yep.
Credit to Monet. He just, I thought, played probably the best carry in the qualifiers, especially when he was ahead.
Yep.
And my boy Afu, one of the only players that's often on a Chinese team that's come to karaoke with us.
Hey.
And we had a lot of fun. He's a nice guy.
Cool.
He's from Southeast Asia.